Hi, hello. Okay, this is my first video. I may not have the angle right, and all these things yet, but really and truly, I felt impressed to share a story from this morning, and I wanted to share this story with my WhatsApp contacts, and I thought that maybe I could make a voice recording and then I could place it there, but I realized that the app doesn't allow that. It allows me for a video. So I'm learning. But this morning, while unpacking my papers or sorting them out, I saw an old test from it's called Social and Professional Ethics. And really and truly, I don't even understand how the topic of marriage or wedding came under that subject. But I realized that I got an entire question wrong. And the question was I was supposed to list four types of weddings. And I should also describe one in detail. And I should list these weddings based on what was taught in the class. No, I didn't see the instruction that said that I should write according to the weddings given in the class. So I wrote what I knew and what I understood. So instead of writing about ultra wedding and formal wedding and informal wedding, and trust me, I don't even remember the other ones, they're on the papers. I wrote about civic wedding, military wedding, traditional wedding, and same sex marriage. And I'm laughing at the irony where I wrote about same sex marriage at a Christian school. And there is a big question mark beside the same sex marriage area, right? And I am like thinking how one, I lost marks because I did not follow instructions, and that normally happens when you don't follow instructions. And I also realized that from ever since I had an open mind, I can think of many other stories, and I'm going to think of other stories where my openness allowed me to get things wrong in school. And as I get older, I realize that knowledge is highly subjective. It's more subjective than it is objective at times. I mean, you do have subjects like the sciences that, you know, is more objective in nature. But really and truly, there is no situation that can account for all aspects of life. And sometimes a situation will be correct, and then in another instance, the same principle will contradict itself. I'm so sorry that I did not prepare myself very well to show the example of how a word can contradict its own self. Like one example is the word antitype. If you check the definition of antitype, you'll see two definitions and they're contradicting themselves. And there are many other words in the English language that with definitions, they contradict themselves. But what I want to say is the whole point of this video is to say that there are many people who are extremely intelligent. They are very bright, but they have been convinced that they are not as intelligent because they view things on a different spectrum, a different platform. They see things very differently. They have different perspectives than the educator, and they're being described as being ignorant or simply put dunce. And it's because they have not accepted or they have refused or they have struggled to live within the limits placed upon them. So What is it then? Are you living within the limits? Do you think for yourself, or do you think thoughts that have been thrusted upon you? These are questions that you can ask yourself. Are you a questioning person, or do you just accept what is given to you or what is said to you? What is your philosophy on life? Did you think things through for yourself, or did you just simply accept them?